It's January 29th, 2013. It rained pretty much all night last night. The ground is frozen. You can see if you look all the way back past the neighbor's playhouse there, back up to those trees, there's a stream of water coming down from the empty lot there, from the stone fence or the lot line back there. And the water runs back down to here, and you can see it runs towards the front of the house where I've got kind of trenched out towards where it runs to the ditch by the garage. But then I also have it basically overflowing the little berm that I have on the north side of my I don't know what you call it, a grass ditch that I have. And you can see that, I don't know if you can tell that the water is running. It's actually flowing, moving pretty rapidly. And as I turn down this way, you can see the water running quite a bit more. Let me open the window here, see it a little bit better maybe. And you can see it's running down both sides, coming through our yard, staying away from the house, running down both sides of my grass waterway. Actually, you probably can hear it. It sounds like a babbling brook, but some of it, obviously is breached over the side here because it's running, but then it runs back where the berm levels off. It runs back into the ditch, the grass ditch, and it's running pretty good. If you look out straight where the dirt pile is there, and there's this tree on the other side, but right in that area is where it constricts a little bit. You can see it's flowing pretty fast. It's running pretty much like a river through that ditch, which is probably about 2 feet deep, maybe a little bit deeper at that point. When you get down over here and look where it runs out, you can see it's running down there, and it runs out there, and then it's going straight across the lot line, straight across the lot. You could look straight through that post. Behind that post, you can see where most of the water is. It's running directly towards Leg's garden, and that's the direction that it has to go, because the water is going to come through here at some point, just like it did today. And I didn't want to have it up close to my house, so that's why it runs that direction. And it seems like my little man-made river is doing its job pretty well, because the water is staying, for the most part, really far away from the house, and then it gets onto the lot line. And if there was a house there, the water would end up running directly that way direction, and it would go around the back of their house, and then there'd be a river between Leg's house and their house, the house that's not been built, or could be eventually built on this lot next to us. So it doesn't matter how high they go, their backyard will probably it'll come across, or it would just come back this direction towards me, towards the wellhead. I don't know if you can see the well over there or not, but it would come back that direction and go straight to the ditch in the front of the house, because there is a little pitch to keep it away from the house at that point, and it's going to go path of least resistance. It's going to head towards the ditch in general and keep on going, but it's well away and around my house at that point. I don't know if you can really see it out the window here. Let me see if I can do this without getting too much glare, but yeah, you should be able to see right there how deep the water is down in the middle. Actually, there's some crows out there getting a drink of water along the edge of it, because it's flowing pretty well. It's probably about a 25-foot width of area that kind of flattens out there, and that's where all the water that's flowing, and maybe you can still see it coming from my ditch there. It's flowing pretty fast. Keeps on going, keeps on going, keeps on going, and right where that crow is landing, that's probably where it turns the corner, and that's where it heads. Pretty much west northwest, but again, that's right on the property line. That is off my property, so or it's on the property line going on to the next property. So they wouldn't be able to build build the lot line up any higher than that. It'd have to match exactly where my elevation is. So the water would get to the ditch. So now it's just going kind of kitty corners to the ditch, whereas if that house is built, it would come around the corner, turn the corner, and keep on going to the front of the house that direction. Which the ditch has got quite a bit of water in it right now, but my ditch isn't flowing at all. Nothing like what this river back here is running. Just because there's not the volume. I mean, it would get there. I would imagine when it gets down by legs, that's where the culvert is running under the road. But at this point, everything looks okay from my house.